a little early. I saw that 2 people were in the room. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm just going to cruise around YouTube for just a few minutes, and we're going to see who else shows up. Let's see. Lairductor's here. Says he can't wait. Hello, my friend. Sorry you can't wait. And our friend Barb is here. Thumbs up for support. For Yogi. Thank you. Hugs and blessings to one and all. I appreciate that, my friend. I had the good fortune of listening to Barb. Well, she had her, was doing her crafts and talking with friends. Always nice to be there. Let's see. I'm bringing the desktop up. So yesterday, every live stream is going to be different, of course. We never know how it's going to go. We never know who's going to show up. Everyone's welcome, and everyone's welcome to not show up. I never want to manipulate someone's time, make any demands on anyone. If you come here, I hope I can make it a welcoming place. I hope we can eventually maybe end up talking about some meaningful things. Doesn't necessarily mean important things. And maybe there's a distinction, maybe there isn't. What's important for you? Well, that's the thing. I think I hit upon the difference. That what's important for me might not be important for you. But I think when we open up and we discuss things that are meaningful, it goes across the borders of religion and politics and everyday life. That I think when we start talking about meaning, the things that we find deeply, deeply meaningful, we're getting to the bottom. We're hitting that depth. When we talk about importance, it might be important for you to show up at a certain place at a certain time at 9 a.m. For me, because I don't have to do that, it doesn't have the same urgency, the same importance. But maybe it's a doctor's appointment that you have to get to. And the meaning of that appointment is your physical health or your emotional health or your psychological health. Well, now we're talking something I can get behind, because your health, your well-being is meaningful for me as well. And it has to be. As John Donne, let's bring that up. We'll start the day off with a little bit of poetry. John Donne, No Man's an Island. This is why anything that has to do with your well-being is important to me, is because, as John Donne said, no man is an island, entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. If a cloud be washed away to the sea, Europe is the less, as well as if a promontory were, as well as if a manor of thy friend, or if thine own were. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind, and therefore never send to know for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. So, with that said, I think we can get in line with the things that are meaningful for all of us. Goldie's here. Goldie says hi to lovely people. Sorry guys, I got to pay attention to my cat. And Barb says hi, Goldie. So, yeah, yesterday we got to talk about some meaningful things with a topic that was introduced by our friend Nightwatcher. Same within the evening, we talked some more about artificial intelligence and art. Again, I don't know really anything about artificial intelligence, coincidentally, my teacher, Deepak Chopra, had a video this morning about his new book and using artificial intelligence to enhance spirituality. I don't know where he's going with it. I'll be honest with you, I don't have much interest in artificial intelligence. I'm more concerned with my own intelligence, artificial or otherwise. But it was a fun conversation, and I can see our friend Nightwatch's concern, and Goldie pointed that out. I didn't get a chance to reply to her comments, but I did read through them, and I see her point. She puts it into an excellent perspective. Now, the reason why we got to have those wonderful conversations, I put out some suggestions at the very beginning, and I'll probably put out this suggestion all the time, every conversation, at least for a while. Let's see. Vincent, Horror of Space is here. Hello, my friend. How are you? I know you took a fall about a week ago, maybe more than a week ago. I hope you're recovering. Nightwatcher says he'll be lurking. Horror of Space is back since yesterday. So, Nightwatcher is currently occupied. I appreciate you lurking. So the suggestions were that we don't spam the conversation with our, at least not too much, with our own conversing too much back and forth. Of course, that's important. We do want to talk back and forth, but we want it to be sort of pertinent to the overall quality. It doesn't have to do with what I'm talking about. That would be awful demanding of me. Hey, guys, pay attention to me. I'm not asking for that, not even a little bit. But I'm asking to be concerned with other people. So if there's 16 different conversations going on with no unison, it doesn't help the whole quality of the live stream. So that's what I'm asking. The other thing is for my awesome moderators that everyone gets a chance when they come in. If they are mean to a friend, ban them right out of the bat. Don't worry about timing them out. And you guys know what mean is. If they're mean to someone who's here, who's our friend, zero tolerance. I hate taking that, but I also don't want anyone to be mean to our friends. If they come in and they say something about me, don't worry about it. Let them stay. I don't care, even a little bit. If they're disruptive, go ahead and time them out. But just, you know what, coming in and saying, hey, that guy's bald. Guess what? I already know it. I've heard it before. And it's been a long time since someone has said it in a very clever, funny way. Let's give them a chance. Let's see if someone can come in here and really say something that I've never heard before. It's doubtful. I started shaving my head in, I think it was like 2001. I used to have really long blonde hair. And I noticed that it was thinning. And then I noticed it was thinning more. And then I noticed it was getting really thin. And I thought, man, I'm just not going to worry about it. If you ever start losing your hair, if you're a guy, and you hear yourself in your mind say, you know what? If I comb it just a little over this way, no one's going to notice. Guess what? Everyone's going to notice. You're better off getting rid of that voice. Shave your head. Get on with your life. So yeah, we're talking, 25, 24 years, 23 years, something like that. I've heard it all. Every little bit. So that's the suggestions that I'm making. And I'm always willing to listen to other people's suggestions. This has come from some excellent conversations with friends who are just trying to help me out. And I can't ignore that wonderful advice from people. When people come to you because they only want to help, man, it pays to listen. Goldie says she's at work listening in. I appreciate that, my friend. Horror of Space says, apparently I missed something. You know, I think anytime anyone goes live stream, does a live stream for any length of time and for longer periods of time, they're going to start getting some trolls in. And I've also had other people who tell me that um, they've come for the conversation between me and some wonderful people when we talk about religion and spirituality and meditation and prayer and peace, art, inspiration, creativity. But they felt that there was so much other conversation going on that they were unable to concentrate. So we're sort of figuring things out. I'm new to this, making mistakes. I'm having a lot of fun making those mistakes. But man, I would hate anyone not to participate. And the people who have come here have so much to give. I have so much to learn from them that I would hate for them not to come any longer because they just felt that, there wasn't a cohesive flow. Barb says, my hair is getting thick again, more gray, and loving it. That's what Mocha always said. She has absolutely no problem. She's not going gray. But if she did, she'd have no problem with it at all. Or Spice says, a buzz cut my hair once a week. I go for the Bruce Willis look with that guy from Meg. I think his name was Jason. Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember his last name. That was on like TBS or CNN or something like that, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I do maybe once every 2 weeks because I dislike doing it. I use an electric hair trimmer. That's enough for me. Barb says, the nurse cut mine because of my cancer. God made me this way. God made you beautiful, my friend. That is for sure. So those are the suggestions, and I'll probably go over them, like almost every time I go live, just for the sake of clarifying. And hey, if people don't think they're great suggestions, let me know. I'm definitely cool with that. And if you have other ones that you want to add, let me know. Barb says, a lot of new people in my room, and they are good. Thank you, one and all. Hey, I was really happy to see you and Nightwatcher having such a great conversation with each other. I mentioned before, Nightwatcher is a really good and caring person. He's hard on himself. He doesn't always see himself in that light, but I wish he would, because, boy, he was ready to go to battle for you, Barb. That's pretty amazing. Vincent says, cancer is harsh and can be unforgiving, but I bet you are with someone that is a big help. Yeah, she is. Barb says, yes, it was fun. That's awesome, because you know what? You deserve that on your channel. You deserve to have that peaceful atmosphere and to be able to relax. Man, it's your channel. No one should be tense and wary and afraid on their own channel. That's just gotta end. Gotta find a way to end it. And I'm glad Nightwatch was there to step up. I'm glad he didn't need to step up, but I'm glad he was there in case he had to. Barb says, yes, no, he is amazing. He's a good young man. So on another update, as far as channels are going, I am 3,475 watch hours in, which means I have 525 to go. 5 days are in the tank, meaning it's showing data as of May 30th. So I have no idea what I have in those 5 days, but it's bringing it down. I'm in that finish line. I feel like I'm in a, I almost use a 5K analogy, but it's longer than that. To get your watch hours is a ultra marathon. It's a 100-mile race. And I feel like I'm in that 100-mile race and I have 5K to go. Which, you know, we've seen what's happened with our friend UK Medic. So close, and then YouTube sets him back those watch hours. I feel a little more at ease because, hey, anything can happen though. But I didn't start doing live streams until last year in July, and all of them were pretty short. I talked about meditation, I talked about burpees training. I did not talk for 2 hours, that's for sure. So I won't be losing too many watch hours, but I'd love to get it before I lose any, or many at least, which means the goal for me, as much as I ever have a goal, is to get there by the 20th. That's the first day of summer. It might be a stretch, it might be tough, but we'll see. Barb says the world needs more like him. I agree. Absolutely. Vincent says, congratulations. Thank you, my friend. Hey, Horror of Spice, do we have anything new coming up? Any live streams on your end in the next few days? Running Boy is here. Speaking of live streams, Running Boy, you going live tomorrow? It's tomorrow's Wednesday. So you said Thursday. Sorry. So maybe on Thursday? Your deadlift workout, you were saying? Barb says, my number went up when I did 15 to 30-second shorts of nature or events. So are we talking like YouTube shorts or just like regular videos of the shorts? Or just regular videos just done shorter, if that makes sense. Runner Boy says he just posted his squat PR. Awesome. Or Spice says live stream on Thursday. Great. Looking forward to it. I'll make sure that I hit that notification button to get it. Runner Boy says live on Thursday. Barb says either. Awesome. I usually do it I usually post a video and then I do a short from that video. Barb says either. Great. Dub Clips is here. Dub Clips, how are you? Says love this channel. Hey, I really, really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Goldie says, Aaron McCarty, I wonder, are you busted? What do you mean, busted, Goldie? Barb says, I did 30-second shorts of the birds or the flowers and upload them, and YouTube will post short, if short. For some reason, that doesn't work for me, at least not all the time. That it'll post as a regular video, and then I have to go back and hit that remix button. And it's a bit of a pain, but you know what? It's fun. It's well worth it. So, Goldie wants to know if I've seen the trees. I have not seen the trees yet. However,
so interesting.
Do you hear this?
Hopefully there will be no kids.
I am. I'm watching the whole thing through. What I'm not doing stuff when I'll come up here and I'll eat and I'll put it up. So I'm at 30 minutes and 26 seconds. So I'm almost halfway through. I have enjoyed the flowers. I've enjoyed the chamomile and the talk of chamomile. So I am working my way through. Taking my time so that I thought about going straight, looking for the trees, and then watching them. But I thought, you know what? I want to get the entire thing. I wanted the entire experience of walking with Goldie. So I'm watching the whole thing. So that means in clips. I'll do a 5 or 10 minute stretch here, and then I'll come back later and another 5 or 10 minute stretch. I suspect because we're at the river that the trees will be coming up shortly, and that I'll watch the entire thing all the way through by tomorrow morning. So I'm busted, but only slightly so. Laradox says, hello, my friend. Laradox says, hey, where's Flower? It's a good question. Flower didn't stick around yesterday. She came in, she asked if we could remove her, if I could remove her moderator status and that I could give it back to her when she came in next time. And I let her know that, if that's what she wants, I don't need to know why. Everyone has their own reasons why they do things. And she popped out. Rumor has it she came back in under a different person, different address. I don't know if that's true or not. I sort of suspect so. But I haven't seen her since. Barb says I would do short readings that you like and upload it for shorts, nothing over 1.5 minutes. I like that thought. I can do that. And I have lots to choose from. Thank you for that suggestion, Barb. If I'm able, I will do it. I'll do one later today, in between this live stream and the next live stream. Some people have told me they've done quite well monetary wise with like anywhere from 50,000 views to 100,000 views. Not, breaking the bank type of stuff, but, enough that they're pretty happy with it. Pretty happy is big for me. If I made just enough to help with my taxes, buy a book once a month. All right, guys, my confession. If I could buy a book once a week, I'd be pretty happy. That's my big indulgence. That's a great suggestion. Laradox says, do we know if Flower is actually a little kid? I know what Flower tells me. And I'm pretty sure she is. I have faith in Flower. To show up every single day, to show up every single day and participate in the conversation, like she does, I think that would be a difficult thing for someone to fake. Barb says, people love poems, and my hours went up. I was doing some, I read my stuff. I do live streams with my stuff. Mine might be a little bit longer, some of them are pretty short. As you can see, maybe you could see, you won't be able to read it, but like that's from one of my books, short little poem. So maybe I'll do some of my own readings and I'll read some stuff from quotes that I like. Man, Barb, I really appreciate that suggestion. Paradox says, Yogi, I respect your religion. I am irreligious. I don't have a religion. Uh, but I'm just saying I'm a Christian. You don't say. I had not realized. All right, I shouldn't be sarcastic. Sarcastic is sort of, it's become weaponized. And if I find myself being sarcastic too often, I want to catch myself. However, Paradox, I am keenly aware that you are a Christian, and I respect it 100%. Let's see. Barb says they get about 25K views in a month. That's awesome. What did I get? In a 28-day period, says they get 68.2K views. A lot of that is because every once in a while, one of my shorts will go like 6,000 or so views. Not all the time. I never know how they're going to go. I put them out there because I love sharing what I see in nature from my own perspective. Paradox says, and I hope as friends we can respect each other and no hate. I have no hate for you whatsoever, my friend. And nothing but respect. Paradox says, okay, just asking about flour because who knows? That's true. You never really know too much of everything. You know, you come here and you see me live stream and you know that I'm bald and that I wear glasses and that I'm probably a little old. I'm kind of old. I'm not that old, but I'm kind of old. And you know I got a lot of books. And you know what I talk about. Other things you can say, you can tell about me because one, Mocha shows up and she'll share her perspective of me. My friend, Empress of the New Earth, who's a friend in real life. So, you know, if people's friends show up in real life and they treat you how they treat you, that you're probably the same as what you are here, I would think. Barb says, great. And that she says, no religion, but I am Christian all the way. Beautiful. And hey, I always enjoy when you put in a prayer in your live streams, Barb. It's always a very beautiful, heartfelt prayer. Barb says, my spiritual brother, I am on many times and upload what I see on the roads. Which I think is awesome. I think that's the way it should. I mentioned before quite a few times yesterday that for me, that's what having a YouTube channel is all about. We get this unique opportunity to open our lives and to share the things that are meaningful to us. And not everyone needs to get the same meaning behind it, but it's just nice that we get a chance to share it. Barb says, when you go walking, put your phone recording while you walk. People like that. I thought about that. Now, when I walk first thing in the morning, to me, that's considered holy time. That's when I've just finished my meditation, my breath work, my yoga. I've done my writing. I feel open to receive whatever the world brings me. And I'm not sure, you know, I might do a little clip because I have my camera with me, but I'm not sure I want to share the actual experience. Sort of like when Jesus said, pray in private, that, you know, this is part of my prayer time. This is when I'm in commune with the universe, with the dawn, with the morning. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm ready for that. Larodox says, Yogi, can I have the wrench back? I know it was annoying how I was persistent. I know I was being rude. You know what? I'm not going to say you were being rude. Um, you just you were set on doing something the way you wanted it to be, and eventually, yes, I'm going to give some wrenches back, but not yet because we're trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do these live streams. Um, so I'm limiting the wrenches to people who are here um, for like a longer period of time and are willing to, if need be, they step up and they make some hard calls. Um, However, the important thing, the reason I started giving wrenches was so people can connect with each other. So I definitely will make sure that people stay connected with Laradox. And if new people come in, I'll make sure that I say, even when you're not here, I love giving people shout outs and saying, hey, our young friend Laradox has a channel. Please subscribe to Laradox. So I hope that's okay. Again, I'm not saying no. I'm not trying to be mean about it at all. Barb says, it is just what I do, just in case someone is lost and needs that connection with God. Nice. Honestly, Barb, to me, your whole channel leads back to that connection with God. That, that's what you offer. Sometime in more overt ways, such as the prayer that you put out. And other ways, it's in that subtle way of just being so kind and gracious, inviting people in as well. Is there any greater praise than sharing your talents? You were given these talents. It's a gift, inspiration, inspired, that God is working his, in my view, her, according to the Tao, grace and inspiration through the vehicle of Barb. And that's a beautiful thing to be part of. I was going to try to say La Akira, but I didn't have my cheat sheet with me, so I opened my little book. Laradox says, guys, I'm holding a contest, and if everyone wants to join, say yes. I can't really say yes. I'm not much into doing contests. I'm more of a just kick back and see what happens kind of guy. Laradox says, Yogi, I'm happy to see you quoting Jesus. I do quite often. I probably quote Jesus as much, maybe misquote Jesus, as much as I do anyone else. Probably. I know I quote Ramana Maharishi and Nisargadatta Maharishi quite a bit as well. I quote from the Tao Te Ching and the Bhagavad Gita. But hey, I take my inspiration where I find it, regardless. I was this close to saying irregardless. Barb says, when you go out, not doing prayer, but take 15-minute walk and record it. People love to watch. Okay, that's a great suggestion. Barb, do you use like a GoPro or any special kind of camera, or just your phone and you turn it around? Barb says, I have mods, but most are in 3 different time zones, so I got mods on all the time because of trolls. It looked like on your live stream, was a little more subtle today, Barb. Laradox says, no joke, my dad died. I'm sorry to hear that, Laradox. Truly so, my friend. He says it's just me and my aunt and her boyfriend and my big brother. I'm sorry to hear about. I'm sorry to hear that news, Paradox. I'm glad that you have your aunt and your big brother. Barb says you got me crying. Thank you. You're welcome, my friend. I really do my best to put out there the things that I see as far as other people and other channels, and why I'm subscribed. You know, I mentioned before that I subscribe to your channel because it was on Mayhem and Miracles, and it's just great to get out there and give some support. However, I don't necessarily participate beyond, you know, liking other people's stuff and, you know, leaving a nice comment. I have select live streams that I like to visit. I try to visit briefly everyone that pops up when I'm able. But for you, I clicked on thinking that I was just going to pop in and say hi and come back out. And I was drawn to come and pull up a chair and have a conversation with my friend Barb and to just listen. And it was exactly like that. When I say my friend Barb, it was, I knew just being there, this was my friend. So you got to love when that happens. Narodak says, and his mom is living in Canada. Why it's, well, I don't need to know why she's in Canada. I hope if you're, you know, in that situation that perhaps you'll be reunited with your mom. Ami is here. Ami, how are you, my friend? Ami says, hi, Yogi. Hello. I've been practicing saying Ami's name. I heard someone else say Ami. So after months of saying it incorrectly, saying it all different ways, every time she came in, trying to figure out the best way to say it, I think I have it. All right. Barb says her phone and turn around. Awesome. I'll give that a shot. So you do that as a video, or do you do it as a live stream? Some other people have suggested a live stream, but I'm not sure how that would turn out. Barb says it was, but people wanted to know about trolls, but trolls are attacking trolls now, and many are leaving YouTube. It's shameful. Hello, Mocha. I was talking about you earlier. Yeah, it is shameful, Barb. It's a shame all the way around. Barb says hi to Mocha, and so does Zeradox. And Ami. I hope I'm saying that right. For one, it's really pretty. Ami is just I like saying it, so I really hope I'm saying it right. Our friend Jacob is here. Hey, brother, and hello to you all as well. Blessings to you, Jacob. I hope the knee is even better today. Hey, Jacob, are you going to participate in the Worldwide Burpee Festival? Barb says she does the same to share things. Let's see. Lardox wants to know why Barb was using cap letters. Yep, she explained it once before, that eye problems. Barb says, thank you so much, my spiritual brother. You're welcome, my friend. Our friend Odom is here. Odom had a garlic harvest just the other day. You go visit Odom in his garden. Go visit Odom in his garden, and here you will find a man at peace. You won't find a stressful bone in his body when he's in his garden. I have no idea what Odom's like when he's at work. I suspect he's a pretty easygoing person all the way around. But when he's in the garden, this is a man who's in his element. Barb says I do it as a short, and my view goes up. I may do 4 total and then upload. Awesome. These have been some great suggestions, Barb. I really appreciate it. We got a hi Jacob, and we got a hey La Akira. Many blessings to her as well. Odom says that I de-stress in the garden. And they say that, you know, being out in nature, hearing bird songs, you almost immediately, few minutes being out there, you enter the alpha brainwave state, which is a light form of meditation. It's where we receive intuition and creativity. And then when you add that mindful benefit, that whatever it is you're doing, you're focusing your attention on, be it pulling weeds, getting your fingers in the dirt, planting, watering. So now you're adding that meditative effect. And then you add the fact that Odom clearly loves being out there. And really, it's the perfect meditation. I think it would rival sitting in the lotus position for 30 minutes meditating on a mantra or meditating on the breath. Our friend Destiny is here, and Destiny says, grand day and blessings to you, just a Yogi, and is doing burpees in his basement. I should get my own title straight, you would think. Says, how are you? I'm doing well. Destiny, how are you? Jacob says his knee is getting better. Slowly each day, one day at a time. And yes, I am. I purchased my tickets yesterday for it. Awesome. I'm not going to be a direct participant. I decided to sit this one out reluctantly. And I just, right now in my life, I need to stick with the things that I'm doing for lots of reasons. Some has to do with emotional health, spiritual health, but it wasn't an easy decision to make. And everyone's saying hi. Our friend Brian Lane is here. Brian, how are you? I was thinking about you this morning. I was reading a bit more on a new book I have on breath work. It's actually not often I'll read a book on breath work because I've read every book on breath work pretty much, and I've taken several courses on breath work. I got pranayama certification as well as a breath coach certification. So it needs to be a book that's presenting something new. And this one so far has quite a bit. So hopefully I'll be passing some things on. Brian says, thanks, Eric, for answering my question on Messenger. I was busy working yesterday. I couldn't come here earlier. Not a problem. Always happy to, Brian. Always happy to have a conversation with you. Brian says, how are you, Eric? I'm doing pretty good. No complaints. I'm happy with I'm happy about how our live streams or conversations have been going. Hitting some bumps here and there. But man, you guys have stuck with me. which for me, that's no small thing to have someone stick with you through uh, some tough times, even tough times online. Jacob says, you got to do what you got to do, Mr. Eric. Uh, yeah, and sometimes, it's not always an easy thing to do, but, our friend Destiny has talked about this before. You got to be an advocate for yourself. You have to be an advocate for your mental health, an advocate for your spiritual health, emotional health, your physical health. She puts out such vital information on all of that. Don't leave everything. Doctors are awesome. Doctors can save our lives, but don't leave everything up to them. Do some very clear-sighted research. Listen to people like Destiny, and take the steps of improving your health across the entire spectrum. If you think just doing burpees is enough to be healthy, and you're skipping diet, and you're skipping meditation, you're skipping breath work, you're skipping dealing with any type of emotional trauma, and all of us has had some kind of trauma at some time, then we're only going to be at one level of health. The same as if you sit and you meditate and you pray and you don't take care of your physical body. So we got to have that full spectrum body, mind, spirit health. By rights, we should be able to just say health and everything's included. But I think in this day and age that we need to make that distinction, that everything needs to be included. And I don't think any channel does a better job of covering that than our friend Destiny Forever Walks, PhD. Barb says, I'm wanting to make a video for those that are disabled, in disabled chair. It is a sitting exercise that can help. That would be a really good idea. My friend, our friend, Empress of the New Earth, is a certified seated yoga instructor. And I know a bit about seated yoga. I'm not a certified instructor. I've thought about getting certified because it's such a valuable thing to offer people. Barb says, but I won't. The trolls will copy it and make all sorts of horrible things. I'm really sorry to hear that, Barb. You get such a great idea, truly inspired idea. It definitely comes from a higher source. It's so helpful for people, and yet you can't fulfill it because of what other people will do. So, hey, so far I have not fallen behind in the conversation. Brian says, I almost accidentally hit a timeout when I was trying to write your name. Glad it didn't. Yep, I'm glad it didn't too. And Brian says, well, sorry to hear that, Barb. That would be a good idea to help people. Yeah, it really would. And it's such a shame that it can't come to fruition. I have considered doing like yoga posture of the day. Although, as I mentioned before, that, even though just a yogi, and even though I do have the 200-hour yoga certification, I don't consider myself that, and I practice yoga, of course. I don't consider myself that type of yogi. I teach the ethical principles of the yamas and the niyamas, and I teach pranayama, the breath work, and I teach meditation, all of which I have several certifications for all of them. And I feel more qualified. Mainly because that's where my passion is. You would think maybe it would be with the exercise, as that's what I've been doing all my life. But the benefits that I've received from meditation and breath work as well have been far beyond what I've gotten just through fitness, just through working out. Although that's been vital to my life, it's been a mainstay since I was 12 years old. Brian says, when I try to type fast, my screen does weird things. Yeah, I don't think I could do it, to be honest with you. I don't think I could type on my phone in a conversation like this. That's why I have my desktop here in case I need to. Brian says, hey, Eric, I may one day want to get a certificate for breath work. I've been doing them for a while, every day, just about. That's awesome. And you'd be a great breath coach or pranayama teacher. Destiny says, blessings and love to everyone. I pray that everyone is having a super amazing, healthy, happy, and blessed day. Always remember to live your life on purpose and intentionality. Intentionally. I got it. Peace up. Wonderful message from our friend Destiny. I love talking about intention, working with intent, how many, especially in shamanic practices, Carlos Castaneda in the Toltec tradition, among others, talk about intent as a field of energy, much like gravity, much like electricity, and that we can learn to utilize intent in the same way we've learned to utilize gravity and electricity and atomic power. And it is indeed that powerful. We just need to learn to plant that seed of intent. That's where, again, where meditation comes in helpful. That in the silence preceding the very beginning of meditation, or the silence proceeding meditation, we can enter a seed in that gap, a seed of intent. We could put in our purpose, what we would like to, how we would like our life to unfold. And as Herman Melville said in Moby Dick, silence is the only voice of God. So we are literally having that silent conversation with God, and we're putting in our request. We're working with that energy. Brian says, don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to smile and have a great day. Another awesome message. This is why I keep showing up every day. People like Destiny and Brian and Barb, Odom and Jacob, Goldie, of course, and our friend Laradox, who's going through some hard times right now. So offering up some prayers to our friend Laradox. Barb says they need to go. Blessings and hugs with prayers to everyone. Have a great day. Have a great day as well, my friend. I hope to see you later. Let's see. Destiny says, or I'm sorry, Jacob says, same to you, Destiny. Thank you for those kind words, sister. That is what our friend Destiny does. Nothing but kindness. Odin was sending prayers of strength to Barb, and Brian says, I wish Laradox the best. I usually try to say hi, hello to him in the chat. but can sense something is off. Destiny says, thanks to Brian Lane. Thanks, Brian Lane. I truly appreciate you and your young wisdom. You are a motivator. I enjoy your messages. They truly uplift me when I hear them. Keep sharing your story. And I agree. Brian has a uniquely uplifting message because of his unique story. No one's been there. Brian walked through that, literally, through that fire. It came out the other end, and he came out amazingly so in that other end. Amazes me that when someone does that, and you have every opportunity to say, well, I made it, I can relax, I can go out and make $1 million, I can do this, I can do that, whatever. But then you have someone instead says, now it's my turn to give back. Now it's my turn to help other people, to literally turn around and put out my hand and say, I'll help you. And that's exactly what Brian is doing. And our friend Jacob talked about that in his channel just the other day. He put out a video and he talked about what he wanted to do. And it was to help people. How originally, he talked about, a channel holding himself accountable, but it's taken shape that he wants to be there for other people. Brian says, thanks, Miss Destiny. I'm doing my best with this, and I'm feeling stronger by doing this. And Brian says, and I enjoy your messages too, Miss Destiny. You share some wisdom and enlightenment. She certainly does. So, at the beginning of the conversation, I was talking about some of the stuff, how I want to approach doing my live streams, and that I had mentioned that I want to avoid spamming the conversation, meaning keeping it relevant to the whole conversation. Not just relevant to one person or to two people, that it has to be relevant. Doesn't mean that we don't say hi. It doesn't mean that we don't share things, but it's all done with respect for how other people might be following along. And that's made a big difference, just putting it out there. And then because we've had some trolls come in, I mentioned that if people come in and say anything mean about any of our friends, then there's no sense in even just timing them out. We're just going to go ahead and ban them from the beginning. Because if you take that opportunity to come here and you focus in on just being mean to someone who doesn't deserve it, I'm all about second chances, but only when you've taken that time to review why we're doing what we're doing. A second chance to someone who's just going to come back and do the same thing, I don't know. My email address is on my channel. So if someone feels that they've had a change of heart and they want to come in and participate, send me an email and we'll talk. But if someone comes in and they're mean to me, go ahead and leave them up and we'll talk and we'll see if we can maybe lighten up the mood a bit. For me, unless it's disrupting the conversation, then we can get rid of it. But if they're just coming in and leaving a comment like that, it's really no big deal, honestly. Tessie says, Odom's Homestead, my day is super fantastic. I choose happiness every day and refuse to settle for less. You are a fighter as well. I appreciate your sincerity and kindness. Hashtag real truth. And Odom certainly is all of the above. And we saw the way he came back with his garden this year. After suffering some loss, he dove right in, cleaned up the garden, and then just carried on. That's what having, that type of faith that Odom has. That's where it pays off. They always say, if you think that you're enlightened, go spend a weekend with your family, because they know all the buttons to press. Or if you're in a high mountain meditation retreat, or you've done a 30 days of silence, whatever, it's very easy to have an awakening and to feel like you are enlightened. It's when you come down off the mountain and you participate in everyday life, you get into the mess of it, the thick of it. That's when we start to practice. That's when we find out, has my meditation been paying off? Are my buttons still easily pushed? Am I still reactive? For me, one of the most important things is when I found myself becoming responsive versus being reactive. That when something happens, I didn't automatically leap to a conclusion and get defensive or get offensive. That instead I was able to respond with kindness, respond with compassion, even in the face of some unkind and uncompassionate things. Am I there 100%? Nope. Am I there 90%? Nope. But I'm there fairly often enough that I find my life flowing easier and easier and easier. By easier, I don't mean easier, if that makes sense. We still have those bumps in the road. We still have traffic jams. We still have trolls showing up. We still have, in Taoism, in the Tao Te Ching, they call it the 10,000 things. The 10,000 things of life just happening. And they're always going to happen. But the more that you learn to be responsive is that deep, deep, deep ability, hence the responsibility, to offer kindness in the face of unkindness, compassion in the face of the uncompassionate, of love in the face of what seems unloving. That's what we're called to do. In my opinion, at least. Jacob says, yes, sir. And I agreed, brother. I want to reach out, support, and inspire others that they are amazing. And we are all warriors. And you do an excellent job. An excellent job. This is why every conversation I recommend, guys, you got to subscribe to Jacob's channel. The Burpee Reaper is here, formerly known as It Is What It Is, Lewis. Good mother freaking morning, YouTube family. Someone's got a big weekend coming up. Someone has 1,000 Navy SEALs coming up. And it's not me. Therodox says, Yogi, someone trolled me into saying the N-word because they said you can call my friend name. And I did, but I realized what I did. Well, all you can do is forgive yourself for not knowing and move on. If you do something unwittingly, it doesn't have the same consequences as when you do it purposely so. So, again, this is where we learn, and this is where we forgive ourselves, forgive others for a stupid prank, and then we just keep moving on. It's the key to life. Keep moving on. Don't be in that stuck energy where we stay in that one frame of thought repeating it to ourselves over and over and over again. This is where breath work is so important. It frees our emotion. It frees our thoughts. Same with doing yoga asana, the yoga postures, and same with meditation. And the same with deep prayer work. If you were, truly go deep into prayer beyond the point of where we're asking for something to where we get to the point where we're listening, you would hear the whisper of God's forgiveness in everything that happens. Jacob says, salute, brother, the Burpee Reaper. Not everyone can carry off that title. Very few people. This is why the Burpee Reaper gets that distinction of being the champ. Desi says, International Burpee Day is Saturday, June 8th, 2024, hosted by Osiris. Man, he put a lot of hard work and effort. I remember when he first introduced it. Paradox says, guys, I know I'm a friend, but really I'm just a stranger, but I still want to say I love you all. Appreciate that message, Paradox, and you are loved as well, my friend. Brian says, man, I was happy seeing Leo hit his 500 5 pumps burpees on that short he had. That was a lot of sweat. And I told him if I lived in LA, I would meet up with him. You two should do a collab together. That would be awesome. Actually, Brian Lane, Leo said so, Jacob, and the Burpee Reaper getting in the reps together on a collab. There, Alex says, I know. Yogi, I'm glad you know, my friend. Burpee Reaper said, and Eric, my wife mentioned you after the race and said I meant to ask you about that. Thank you for your great tips and helped her finish the race strong. So if you can, Eric, and chat, please go show some love and support. I posted her on my community page with her medals. I'm on it. I will be there. Hey, let her know I'm impressed. I'm happy. I'm proud. That's a big thing. All right, I'm not too far behind. Paradox says that he respects all races. Good to know, my friend. I'm queuing up Lewis's channel. Brian says, yeah, I work on Saturday. Don't think I'd want to do some competition that day. I don't really like competing with anyone, really. Goldie says she's headed home from work. Goldie, I'm glad that we were able to keep you company during work. I appreciate you being here. Destiny says to the Burpee Reaper, does his wife have a YouTube channel link? Lorodak says, Yogi, do you know that we're all sinners in desperate need of Jesus Christ? Probably some people are. I definitely value my relationship with Jesus. I don't consider myself a sinner, not in the sense that you mean. Did you know that sin, translated from Aramaic into Greek, when they were translating the Bible, literally meant to miss the mark? And in that case, yes, indeed, we are all sinners. Who hasn't missed the mark? I continue to miss the mark. I miss the mark every live stream, something that I say. I miss the mark in my interactions with people. My life is riddled with what can seem to be mistakes. But here's the wonderful thing about missing a mark. You get the opportunity to course correct. I get to aim again. When I became a vegan, I was given the advice of aim for the bullseye, meaning try to be a perfect vegan, but be happy when you hit the target. And that made so much sense to me that I thought, you know what? Um, what a great way to live your life. Aim for the bullseye, meaning, hey, I do my work. I do my emotional work. I do my breath work. I do my healing work. I do my meditation. Rightly, I could say all of it's the same thing. I do my physical work, and I aim for the bullseye with all of that. But I miss the mark. But I get to shoot again. So I just queued up the Burpee Reapers page. The first thing that hit me was I'm trying to figure out, that can't be a 6-pack. That's got to be 8-pack, a 9-pack. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I can count that high. I'm not even sure if that's humanly possible to have a multiple count ab pack like that. And Reaper says, Brian, it's no competition, brother. It's just to support Osiris. Desi says that she will check his community page to view your wife's medal. That's awesome. Congrats, Burpee Reaper. And you know what? Definitely congratulations to his wife. I'm going to give out some congratulations to our friend Burpee Reaper as well, because he trained with her. He put in the miles with her, some big miles with her, not always happily so, but he did it. Way to step up and give that support, Lewis. That's absolutely amazing. And that you did it, and you did your burpees, and at the same time you were recovering from your accident, and you were inspiring other people all along the same. That's a big deal. That whole thing, everything that you've done since January has been huge. I hope you appreciate that, Lewis, what you've done and what you've done for others by doing that. Daradox says, Yogi, I just want to say right now that I give you my word that I'll stay in your live streams and continue supporting your YouTube channel until the very end. Well, thank you, my friend. And let's hope that the very end is very far away. And the Reaper says, appreciate you guys. Brian says, yeah, I try to do less on days I work, but then sometimes I still do a nice amount anyway. Daradox says, Yogi, I love all the kindness. You're welcome, my friend. I'm always tempted, I mentioned this before, I'm always tempted to say, well, I try, but I'll be honest with you, I don't try to be kind any longer. I'm just kind, if that makes sense. I think we should try to be kind, and then at a certain point, it's like I've mentioned before, Michelangelo, when he was asked how he carved David out of a single block of marble, and he said David was always in the stone. He just took away everything that wasn't David. He revealed David. He didn't carve him. That in each and every one of us is an aisle of kindness, an aisle of peace. We could call it our God center. We could call it our love center. And yogic terms, it's our heart center. But life can be tough sometimes. So we put layer upon layer upon layer, keeping us from that, because we don't want to get hurt again. Those little things in life when we were kids really hurt us quite a bit. From being as small as someone saying, making a comment on how we looked or how we talked, or a teacher saying, hey, don't use that crayon. The grass is supposed to be green. The sky is supposed to be blue. Stay within the lines. All these little things starts building that layer between us and our heart center. So we're no longer in touch with it. But life also has the habit of breaking us open. And if we're fortunate enough, we start seeing that light shine through. I shared a little while back Leonard Cohen's wonderful song, The Anthem, where he says everything's made to be broken because that's how the light gets in. Paraphrase. So we're all kind. We don't all realize that we're kind, but we all have that capability because it's who we are. We're made from love to express love. This is why in Course in Miracles, it literally begins with only love is real. And people always say, well, what about this? Is this love? Is warfare love? Is someone getting mugged love? And the answer to that is no, but it's also not real in terms of reality itself. Which is why, like in yogic scriptures, they say, Maya, the illusion. We look past the illusion and we see the reality of love itself. The more we can do that, the more we can dig in that, the more we bring that reality out here. And Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, they liken it to, we have the 99% world of love. The 99% world is heaven. And then we have, it's the infinite. And then we have the finite 1% world here. Every time we forgive, every time we act in kindness, every time we offer love to someone, we pull more of that 99% infinite reality, heaven, into this world until eventually it merges. It's just one expression, one love. I have some great friends who come in here and offer that one love. Our new friend, Signature, who is in Great Britain, and he does wonderful nature walks along the beach, and he's just so warm and inviting. He puts that out there. As well as our gaming friend, Smitty and Tokyo. They'll come in and they'll just offer that one love, guys. Beautiful expression. And of course, we get that from Bob Marley. We can't forget. I was about to say the king of reggae. Man, the message of Bob Marley transcends reggae. It's just a beautiful expression. So, Burpee Reaper's page is up. My beautiful wife has completed 3 total half marathons, 3-time champion. So proud of you. Misha, I love you and keep on grinding. Awesome. I used to think that a half marathon is like the perfect race because you got to time it perfectly. You go out, you think 13 miles, I can do this. If you go out too fast, man, you're going to hit the wall. If you don't go out fast enough, you're not going to meet your goal. You really have to thread the needle in a half marathon. You got to have that game plan perfect. And she obviously dialed it in. Good for her. Good for her. Good for the Burpee Reaper. Stepping up with the training for her. Let me leave a brief little comment. There we go. Hey, Lewis, did you guys go out and celebrate after the race? So, here's what I noticed. My phone is no longer updating the conversation. So I've missed quite a bit. I apologize. So I'm bringing up my desktop. Sorry, guys. I'm sure you probably let me know there. Brian says, I see the cloud button, but don't get how it works. I don't either, to be honest with you. I use the phone only and TV, and I'm not the best with the internet understanding things. Neither am I, my friend. Brian says, I eat for the first time a banana split French toast. And let me tell you, guy, 100, 100, 100, 100. I bet. Imagine what you're going to have after you do your 1,000 Navy SEALs. Destiny says, to the Burpee Reaper, I'm on your community page now. Your wife has completed 3 total half marathons and 3-time champion. That is super awesome. I'm proud of her. Lewis, congrats to you and her. Goldie says, did you get to the trees? Not yet. I haven't had it on while we've been live. So when the live stream's over, I'm going to make myself a salad, and I'm going to come back up and I'm going to turn it on. I suspect I should get another 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes in. So yeah, as I mentioned, I'm watching the whole thing through, Goldie. I didn't want to skip to the trees. I wanted to start at the beginning and get the whole experience of walking along the river with you. Jacob says we're all on different fitness levels, no competition, just hard work, sweat, high reps, coming together, inspiring one another, and building each other up. Salute to the Burpee community. Amen to that, my friend. Burpee Reaper says, I just like to show support. And you certainly do a great job of doing that. Jacob says, of course, salute to the community too. Laradox very kindly says, Yogi, you're not that old. The end should be a long time. That's the plan. Keep in shape, eat well, take care of the mind, take care of the heart, take care of the soul. Brian says, wish you the best in life, Laradox, and remember that nothing lasts forever. This unwanted moments in life, they will all pass, and anything that's important is going on right here, right now. So true. So true. Goldie wants to know, did she cross the bridge with a zodiac sign? You have not. Not yet. I just got, it's a 30-minute mark, and we were talking about tea, chamomile. We were talking about chamomile flowers. Brian offers more wonderful advice. So when we make mistakes, we have a new present moment to fix and forgive ourselves, Laradox. Forgiveness is all important. Our friend Eric Lapointe is here. Eric is outside working, so I can see the text, but I just wanted to say hi. Appreciate that. Goldie is on the tram heading home. Man, I'm so happy we get to keep Goldie company through the last part of her workday and on her ride home. It's 9:15 p.m. for Goldie. Brian Nain says he loves Bob Marley. Yep, so do I. Our friend Joe Delaney is here, talking about inspiration. No one offers more. So, hey, it looks like I'm almost just about caught up. I appreciate you guys being patient. Goldie says hi there to lovely Joe Delaney. Destiny says, does anyone remember the old song, reach out and touch somebody's hand, make this world a better place if you can? That song speaks to all of us, and we all have our cries for help. Hashtag live life intention. Live life in intention. Live life in attention. I got it. I had to sound it out in my head a few times. I do remember that song. Very beautiful song. And it's a perfect message. I tell you what, it is a message that we need to hear in this day and age. This is why I love talking about YouTube channels, because everyone with a YouTube channel has that opportunity that Destiny just mentioned. You have an opportunity to reach out and touch somebody's heart and inspire them. And that what you do, I can tell you every channel here that I visit has made my world a better place just by visiting your channel. I mentioned that with Barb. Just feeling this warm invitation to sit down with her when she does her crafts. It was an amazing experience when I first visited. And it's the same, man, when I first came upon Brian Lane, and he talked about his battle through addiction, where he is right now, where he's going. And I thought, this is a guy to follow. This is a guy to, he has something important to offer. Not just me, the entire world. And then Joe Delaney. I go on and on. Joe's probably thinking, man, I wish you would stop. But I'll be honest with you, I absolutely can't stop, because it's an amazing message. All the stuff that our friend Destiny puts out on a continuous basis. And not just that. I'm not talking about just the wonderful videos and teachings that she puts out. She's all over YouTube. That quiet support for people. What a beautiful way to glide through life. Just being of service, helping and loving. So I could mention, I could go down the list. And do the same thing for every channel here. And I have at one time or another. I've talked about Jacob. I'll continue to talk about Jacob. I've talked about it is what it is. Used to be known as it is what it is. The Burpee Reaper. And the entirety of his channel. To show people, hey, you can start over at any time. Lewis starts over once a year. And he invites you to start over with him. So I'm going through here. I'm looking at all these wonderful names that I spent some time this morning sharing a walk along a river in Romania with our friend Goldie. When the conversation's over, I'm going to spend some more time on a walk with Goldie. So, yeah, I got a lot of love for YouTube. So, let's see. Jacob says, those Navy SEALs are a great burpee flow. Yeah, they are. One of my favorite, although they're also one of the most painful. Joe says, I'm good. I have my 6 grandbabies today. So I'm taking a break with y'all. I appreciate you deciding to take the break with us. Goldie says, I hear you, lovely Joe. You need an adult talk. Goldie says, I still don't know what these big emojis stand for. Goldie says that she remembers when her daughter was small. I was thirsty for a grown-up conversation. Joe says, I appreciate you, Yogi. Thank you. You're welcome, my friend. Always welcome. Jacob says, thank you, brother. Thank you as well. It still amazes me. I mention this all the time. That little spark of inspiration that shows up out of nowhere that says, hey, start a YouTube channel, or hey, put out a message, a positive message on YouTube. And you're taking a big risk because there are people here, most definitely, who aren't going to appreciate your message. There are people who are going to pick on you or comment on you. Um, we've witnessed our friend Barb and what's happened with some trolls showing up here, not really to attack me, but to attack Barb, that she can't even come into a conversation with friends without being attacked. And yet, she continues to show up. And as I told her, hey, I'll take 200 trolls in any live stream in order to have her in any one conversation that we get to have with her. Jacob says, you're welcome. Joe says, actually, you amaze me, Yogi, because I feel seen when you describe my channel. As if you read my mind, it tells me sharing enough to, there we go. It tells me I'm sharing clear enough to explain myself. Joe, it's beyond clear. It's heartfelt. When I read your channel description, when I read it out loud, and I've done it a couple times, and when I describe your channel, the love that you put forth, it's just so clear and so present that I just honestly feel that inspiration. I feel like I'm part of the inspiration that you're putting out there. And I also believe that the people who visit are going to get the same thing, and that big changes are going to happen because of what you're offering. And most importantly, you're very much like our friend Destiny Forever Walks PhD, that you're offering, you're not just coming and saying, hey guys, I lost weight, here's how you guys can do it too. You take it back. You take it all the way back to that early emotional trauma that you experienced in life, and that in some form or another we all have, even if we don't recognize it right now. And you say, hey, to make these changes and to make them last, lots of people can lose some weight. They don't always keep it off because they haven't done that deep spiritual, emotional healing that Joe has. And you can see that she went through that healing, and you can see that she's still healing. She's not coming across and saying, hey guys, I healed myself. She's saying, I'm healing. And in my healing journey, here's my hand, just as Destiny offered with the song. I don't remember who it was who sang that. Milka would know right off the bat. So yeah, it's amazing. It's why I'm also so happy and so comfortable talking about it. Vincent is back. Horror of Spice is back. Vincent, you said it's going to be a Thursday live. So guys, Horror of Spice is going to do a Thursday live. They're a whole lot of fun. His live streaming are amazingly fun. Him and Mrs. Spice, Mrs. Horror of Spice. I don't know the theme yet, but more than likely you guys are going to get a really fun review of a really fun movie. The last movie I got to sit in with them was one of the many Charles Bronson's Death Wish. I think it was Death Wish 27, Vincent. Was that it? And they do a hot sauce review. UK Medic says, hey guys, I lost weight. I can blink now. That's a relief. Man, going through the day, unable to blink, weighted down. UK Medic should write a book on the eyelid diet. Blink your way to better health. Joe Delaney says exactly. Medic says he tries to bring love and laughter to all, and you do an excellent job, my friend. Destiny says, just Yogi, I appreciate you sharing your time and for showing your wisdom within us. Blessings and peace. I am off to my next assignment and we'll catch you in the chat later. Thank you, Destiny. Always appreciate your visit and everything you do. Vincent says, laughing out loud. There was quite a few of them. I'm amazed. Charles Bronson just kept on going. Destiny says, thank you, Eric, for all your compliments and kind remarks. Likewise. You're welcome, my friend. I honestly do my best to, especially when I talk about people's channels, I call it exactly as I see it. Because I get so much from it. I got to be honest, I get so much from my entire YouTube experience, from my own channel and having people who have helped me out, that I've been able to be this close to reaching a goal because of my friends. For no other reason, I could not have done it without each and every person that shows up here. And getting to know each and every one of you, and the channels that you offer. By the way, the reason I keep looking away, my phone's no longer updating the conversation, so I'm looking at my desktop. Also really helps me keep up quite a bit better. Medic says that's a blanking good idea. Vincent says Thursday is a chat about my life, clarifying any concerns and questions. Spend FaceTime. Hey, that's great. Definitely looking forward to that one. Medic says, thought for the day. If everything is going your way, chances are you're traveling in the wrong direction. This could be true. This is probably true. Destiny says, peace, blessings, and love, everyone. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you all later. Again, Destiny, thank you so much for being here. We got a namaste to Destiny and a salute, Sister Destiny. You guys are awesome. Medic says I might premiere a video later as may help my watch hours rather than go live. Hey, Medic, I wanted to ask you where you stood with the watch hours. And also, I gotta admit, I don't understand really how to do a premiere. I've heard it's actually very good for watch hours, but the whole concept sort of escapes me. Looking forward to you putting one out, though. I am on video number 3 from our friend UK Medic, Random Live with Friends. What I love about going through the lives is I can put them up, and he is our friend Medic is an endurance athlete. He can do a live stream like few others. And so I know they're up and running. So if I need to step aside, as I have the playlist on, I know that they're going to go through. I need around 13 watch hours. Hey guys, 13 watch hours. We can do that in a day. There's always that worry of losing some. So that means, man, we step it up and we step it up. We can do this right now. We can do this today. We can do this tonight. Anyone has an extra device, anyone has an hour to spare, put up some UK medic videos. Let's push this through to the finish line. To be this close. I feel like I'm a football coach. And when I say football, because we're talking about UK medic, I'm talking about soccer. I'm talking about real football, guys. Joe Delaney says 13 hours only. The only problem, Joe, at one point, medic was 10 hours away. And then he lost the watch hours because they have that revolving, probably for lots of reasons. And then you lose that little bit of momentum and it sets you back. So, yep, this is the time. Or Spice says, Premiere is called Premiere because you watch and chat with fans and the video is your content. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I don't know if I've ever have done anything that's sort of worthy of a premiere. I'll have to think about it. I had some great suggestions from Barb. Instead of doing, I like doing the 5 a.m. live readings because I figured, man, if anyone's up at 5 a.m., they might need a little bit of inspiration. But also, I might do some readings. I might do some readings from some of my own books that I've written. I got some right here. I did read this one, if you guys can see it. That was my very first book. So maybe I'll do some of that. Or just read the stuff that I'm currently writing as well. Hey, Vincent, thank you for that explanation. Very, very clear. I like that. Medic says, in fact, be right back. Set it up now. So, hey, I'm excited for UK Medic. I think this time we can do it. Joe Delaney says, I'm on it. UK Medic. And Goldie says, me too. Or Spice says, I caught one so far. Excellent. Thank you for that. Man, it's so exciting to help someone cross that finish line. It is getting those watch hours. I've mentioned before, had I know what I know now, doing things over, I think I would push more for watch hours than I did for subscribers. Subscribers are obviously important. Subscribers become friends. Friends are always stepping up to help. So not diminishing that in any way. But I was really caught up in getting subscribers. Not caught up, but to be honest, I was having a lot of fun. Going to James Skype, going to Masha, and watching those numbers go up. Because I knew each and every one was the potential of a connection. Something bigger. That I'd, let's say for every 100 subscribers that you get one Joe Delaney, you get one Goldie, you get one UK Medic or Vincent, Jacob. A little different in the burpee community because people show up and they put in the work and you're inspired by what they're doing, so you become friends. But man, going to Mayhem and Miracles and that off chance, the right people being there on the right day, and getting to click on their link, and then for whatever reason there's that connection. Absolutely amazing. But those watch hours add up slowly, unless you get lucky and for whatever reason a video takes off. I don't think it happens all that often. Certainly hasn't for me. Some of my shorts have done fairly well, but they don't count in watch hours. They count as views, which is important once you're monetized, but not quite as important as when you're um, trying to get monetized. So, yeah, it's not easy getting those 4,000. It's not easy getting 3,000, but it's doable. And now we have the opportunity not only to witness one of the YouTube greats get there, we get the opportunity to help him get there. And I'm super happy to be part of that. And you know what? I can't wait for our friend Joe Delaney to get to that point. And it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be that long either. As well as anyone else. I haven't talked to everyone about what they would like to, how far they would like to take their channel. Is monetizing something that they would like to do? I've had people say, hey, you're supposed to be a yogi, and here you are talking about monetizing your channel. I want to be a yogi that pays his taxes, his house taxes, and has a place to live. I want to be a yogi that has food on the table and that gets to buy a book every once in a while. I have small needs. I'm not looking for a ton. I've had great conversations with Goldie about being content. Just enough. If that makes me a bad yogi, hey, you know what? I am full of contradictions and I'm full of paradoxes, as we all are. So I'm fine with that. But I also see, like with Joe Delaney, that getting monetized is a byproduct of the message that she's putting out there. I'd like to think that's the same with me, that getting monetized is a byproduct of hopefully putting out an inspiring message for other people. So, Vincent, are you shooting for monetizing? Continue growing your channel? Because I absolutely love visiting with you and your wife. And you definitely fully have my support. For Space as far as payday, I'm going to be busy all day, all the way to dinner. But I have cool news for Thursday. Awesome. Hey, speaking of cool news, and speaking of awesome, and speaking of Horror of Spice is having a book coming out relatively soon. I think he was saying spring of 2025. Just something to have on your radar, guys. Another opportunity to support a very good friend and a very creative person. Or Spice says, I'm trying towards monetizing. All right, my friend. I will be helping. Here's what I figure. May as well start with watch hours now. Let's start working on that now. I can always devote some time every day to watching someone's playlist. You guys let me know what you want. Let me know what you need. When we have someone who is this close, like UK Medic, it's an all-day thing. Up in the morning, I put him on. I've had Ivy on quite a bit. I've had Dagmar on quite a bit. Others as well. But I always have time for, I like putting Yankee Kyle up. Man, when he says thank you, it's the most sincere thank you I've ever heard. What a great feeling when someone does that, when someone offers you that heartfelt thank you so much. Or Spice says, well, I have close to 860 videos. That'll get you there. 860, and I'm visiting our friend Vincent right now. He has lots of playlists to choose from. So I will be devoting a portion of my day. We're going to be helping our friend Vincent, as well as anyone else, as I said, who reaches out. One of the things I would suggest, combined, I would suggest for just about anyone, combine your YouTube shorts with a little longer videos, and definitely do live streams. Live streams are going to get you those watch hours, probably faster than anything. YouTube shorts don't really count towards watch hours. And have a playlist so that people can watch an entire playlist through the day. All right, I just put my notification on. Premiering in 2 hours. UK Medic. It's going to be a tour of Kentwell House. Absolutely awesome. There is no tour like a UK Medic tour. Medic, thank you for that link. Vincent says my first 150 shorts did very well. My understanding is that they don't count towards watch hours, though. They're their own thing. So you need to get what? Let's see. I don't remember what it is. Give me 1 second and I'll let you know. For shorts, you need 10 million views in 90 days. That means something really needs to connect with that collective imagination of YouTube and just really get out there. Doable for some, probably not for me. I don't really do any editing. It's film and post type of thing for me. But for others who have really perfected that art form, I think it's definitely doable. Medic says one of my hovercraft videos achieved nearly 7K in 2 days. Wow, awesome. The thing with me is I just never know which one of the shorts is going to take off and which one is just going to do average. I'm happy for every single click because I like sharing my world. I like sharing the nature that I get to see every single day. As I mentioned with our friend Eric Lapointe, that I love viewing it as there's no other perspective in the entire universe, quite literally, as this one right here that I'm offering. It's the same with yours. You have this unique perspective that you can offer everyone across the world. No one is seeing things the way you're seeing things right here and right now. And you get to capture it and share it with others. So, yeah. That's why I like doing YouTube Shorts. Goldie says, UK Medic, you got mail. Message on your live stream and premiere. And Goldie says, made it home. Put the tablet to work. Awesome. Hey, I was talking about our friend Destiny being everywhere on YouTube, supporting that quiet, that loving presence. That's our friend Goldie as well. She is there. Goldie puts in the work and all for other people. It's an amazing thing to witness. And I'm happy to be able to witness it. I'm always, whenever I go to someone's live stream and I see Goldie there, I get a smile knowing that she's just being a presence for people. Let's see. Goldie says, after you premiere, it will watch your 8-hour live. Let's see. Medic says, thank you, Goldie. Medic offers wisdom that could be straight out of the Tao Te Ching. Greatness comes from being humble. Agree 100%. The question is, can we allow ourselves to be humble before life humbles us? Because if we live long enough, hopefully, life will humble us. It's the amazing thing about life, is that it offers us that opportunity after opportunity to be humble, to receive grace. I talk about how I quit drinking, and it was receiving grace. It wasn't anything that I did. It was a moment of pure grace that entered into my life and invited me. All I had to do was take that step. Vincent says, my book finally has a cover now. We are arguing size of the print. The company is saying I will have to pay more. I just want the size to be readable to those with poor eyesight. That should be standard across the board, I think. Medic says, ultimately, life humbles us all in the end. I agree. Goldie asks if Medic has Facebook. Medic says, no, Goldie, I don't have any social media other than Facebook. Goldie agrees with Horror of Spice. Let's see. So, guys, I'm about to hit the 2-hour mark. So we're going to shut things down for the afternoon. I'll be back later. Hey, I will be live. I might be live when our friend UK Medic is having his premiere. I will have him up and running. As a favor for me, guys, I go live because I like going live. As a favor for me, be there for UK Medic. Again, what an exciting opportunity to help a friend cross the finish line. Horror of Spice says, we have social media everywhere. Type in Horror of Spice, probably find us. I'm going to look for you on Facebook, my friend. Goldie says, thank you for a lovely live and chat. Thank you, Goldie. I appreciate that. I'm enjoying the energy. Definitely enjoying the energy. Our friend Dottie is here saying hi, lovely people. Hello, my friend Dottie. Medic says, hopefully we'll see you all in the premiere. I hope everyone shows up. Again, not to keep reiterating a point, it's an opportunity to really help a friend. Uh, we always have an opportunity every single day to help someone and to help a friend every day, but we don't always get the opportunity to help a friend in a very big achievement, especially someone who um, has been so close. But now everyone knows what happens, what can happen. So that's why we turn out in force all the way. So, hey guys, backing up just a little bit, um, our friend UK Medic has a premiere. It's just about 2 hours from now. Check him out, spend some time there, and give him all the watch hours that you can. Not only because you're helping a friend, but because they're fun. Some of the best live streams and conversations and videos. And this is not just a live stream. That this is, let's see, I got it up. This is a tour of the Kentwell House. So as I've heard UK mention on more than one occasion, before he puts something out there, he has researched it into the ground. So you're in for a treat. The watch hours and helping a friend are a bonus to really seeing an amazing premiere. So guys, I hope to see you all there. Or Spice says, nice chat. All great beings with you all. Thank you, my friend. Donnie, sorry, we're shutting things down. I hit that 2 hour mark. I need to fuel up. I'll be back later. And Medic says, take care all. Take care of my friend. Eric Point says, another great live. Goodbye, everyone. And there is the premiere once again, guys. Click on it, save it, and be there. Be ready. And Jacob says, salute everyone. Salute, brother. Thank you, Jacob, my friend. I'll see everyone later. Take care, guys.